the marvelous story of how our country began. It's a story filled with excitement, drama,
Dreams of gold, clashing nations.
and best of all, we get to tell the starring roles. Oh, George, I never get tired of this. The bright lights, the photographers, it just makes me want to salute something.
I, Leif Erikson, claim this land for me and all the Vikings.
Excuse me, we're trying to start a show here.
I know. I visited America nearly 1,000 years ago. I won some credit for being part of the 13 colonies. I was here first.
They were.
I wasn't?
Not at all. Native Americans were here hundreds of years before you guys. Isn't that right, George?
Oh, sorry. Come on then. Back to Minnesota.
In fact, let's go take a look at the local tribes.
Here comes some airplane, and George didn't look happy.
We lived on this land for hundreds of years. There's no place that we haven't been. But something is new, the neighborhood's changed. The Europeans are moving in. They unload their ships, they back in their vans. They're putting our lives in a spin. We give them some corn, they give us the mumps. The Europeans are moving in. The Isle of Manhattan we sold to the Dutch, and people said it was a steal. But have you all seen what they've done to the place? We've got us a heck of a deal. They're shaking our hands and taking our lands. Our patience is now wearing thin. You never can tell, but it doesn't bode well. The Europeans are moving in. The Spanish are searching the south for some gold. We don't think that they're gonna stop. The French in the north want the timber and furs. The New World's a great place to shop. We lived on this land for hundreds of years. There's no place that we haven't been. But something is new, the neighborhood's changed. The Europeans are moving in. The Europeans are moving in and in and in and in.
Let's move South Florida to get a closer look at those European explorers.
I say summer will come in our way. Isn't this exciting?
Programs, different programs, parts of hidden treasures, guides to Everglades right here, directions to city built gold, maps to House of the Stars, programs, get the program.
You wait, I'm on, sit down. Spanish Explore.
Welcome, learn about maps to city built diamonds and rubies.
You need some dumb tours. Get real. I was wondering, you don't happen to have any master from your views, do you?
What's your favorite hard to film about? Let me look. Stand look.
Do? I'll take it.
You found the gold.
What understand? They're pay the man. Alas, it's been a very difficult journey. Some people want adventure, while others look for gold. For me, I want some water that make me young once more. I drink from every fountain, though I don't have a thirst. And every stream and river, I think I'm gonna burst. Is that something from a swamp? I'll try it. swamp. I'll try it. Here's to our new diet.
Are my wrinkles disappearing? Is my gray beard turning black? Tell me, boys, I must know the truth. Am I younger? Am I taller? Has my bald spot gone away? Have we found the fountain of youth? The fountain of youth. The fountain of youth.
Good evening again. My husband George got a stint from his winning dentures. And how? He's having his gums massaged. Isn't that remarkable? Now, where were we? Oh yes, the 1600s brought British to America. You know what that means. Jamestown, John Smith, the Colonies. You know the story. You've seen the movie. You've brought the product tie-ins. Life was tough for the first pioneers as they pushed off on the frontiers. Let's get close and personal with a young boy and girl. Welcome, pioneer boy and girl. Tell me, what is your life like?
Out of bed, on to sleep. Cut potatoes to feed the sheep. Got no shoes, but I'm out the door. Bringing wood, then I'm gone once more. Sunrise to sunset. Gotta work all day. Sunrise to sunset. Not much time for play. Lots to do, there's no time for school. Picking berries and spinning wool. Feed the hens and learn how to sew. Weed the gardens or veggies grow. Sunrise to sunset. Gotta work all day, hey, hey. Sunrise to sunset. Not much time for play. Gone all days, I tend the herds. I just talk to the trees and birds. Help my mom to make all the bread. Evening comes and the grounds are bed.
Sunrise to sunset. Gotta work all day, hey, hey. Sunrise to sunset. Not much time for play. Sunrise to sunset. Sunrise to sunset. Sunrise to sunset. Gotta work all day, hey, hey. Sunrise to sunset. Not much time for play.
Welcome to Name That Colony, the quiz show that tests your knowledge of a colonial trivia. Time for our theme song from Name That Colony singers.
The colonies of Hampshire, York, and Jersey are quite new. We're well aware that Delaware is something special too. Maryland's the very land I'd never leave behind. Connecticut is cool and Georgia's always on my mind. Jamestown, Virginia, it's where it all began. The Carolinas, so warm we got a 10. Rhode Island now is my land, it's so tiny and so cute. Pennsylvania's perfect, Massachusetts is a beaut. These 13 colonies are all we need for pioneers. I doubt we'll need another one for several hundred years.
established in 1732 in Georgia?
I really like potatoes.
I'm sure you do, but you only have two questions left, so try to concentrate. The first colony to decree religious toleration is
Idaho!
no, Betsy. Are you sure you understand the premise of our game? Name the colony. Get it? Think of simplicity in the East Coast.
You can't go wrong with a good Idaho potato. You can mash them or bake them, smear them with a little chocolate and whipped cream, man.
Thanks, Betsy. The correct answer to our question, the first colony to decree religious toleration is Maryland. Okay, time for our last question. I really like to see you get this one. The first colony to decree religious toleration is,
Idaho!
No, Betsy.
I really love those potatoes.
I'm sure you do. Okay, here we go. Ready, Betsy? Name the colony founded as refuge for Quakers led by William Penn, started in 1682 between New York and Maryland. And Betsy, it's not Idaho. Got the answer?
Idaho!
No!
I really love those potatoes.
Forget it. Start the music. Start the music.
The colonies of Hampshire, York, and Jersey are quite new. We're well aware that Delaware is something special too. Maryland's the very land I'd never leave behind. Connecticut is cool and Georgia's always on my mind. Jamestown, Virginia is where it all began. The Carolinas, so warm we got a tan. Rhode Island now is my land, it's so tiny and so cute. Pennsylvania's perfect, Massachusetts is a beaut. These 13 colonies are all we need for pioneers. I doubt we'll need another one for several hundred years.
Thank you. What a stellar audience. You know, Martha, I always say that Carlsbad audiences are the best in the world.
Oh, absolutely. Your smile is wonderful, George. It's amazing what they can do with mahogany these days.
I thought I'd introduce you to one of the most famous men in the 18th century.
Hold it right there, Mr. Washington.
Who are you?
The history, please.
The history, please. I don't believe I'm familiar with your organization.
That's right, ma'am, the history police. We're here to make sure you don't mess around with history.
We enforce the facts of history. We just clock the to be going pretty fast and we're going to go pretty fast. 150 years of American history in 5 minutes, way over the speed limit.
You flew right past the development of the first 13 colonies. 1 minute we're on the frontier, and the next we've got all 13 firmly established.
Sorry, we only have 25 minutes to get
And
there.
now you're suddenly introducing Benjamin Franklin. Have you no respect for the flow of history?
Sorry.
But we like you, so we're gonna let you go morning this time.
This time. The next time. Explain to your audience what's going on. We won't go so easily the next time.
We are very lucky, George. I know idea.
Oh, here he comes. Ben, could you stop for a minute? A penny saved is a penny earned. Sure, Ben, but lost time is never found again. Could you just stop for a minute and talk?
I've got my work, I've got success. I've got my little printing press. I've got Coleridge's almanac to publish too. My maxims flow, they're worded right. I've got my string, I've got my kite. I'm sorry, but I've simply got a million things to do.
should keep near shore. Hey, that's good. Hey, that's good. You can't think I've time to stop and chat when I keep coming up with things like that. So off I go to something new. We whiz kids have so much to do. I'm sorry, but I've simply got a million things to do. I'm sorry, but I've simply got a million things to do.
I'll tell you why we British are fighting the French in the French and Indian War. It's over religion.
No, I'm telling you, it's simply over control of fur trade. You're both wrong. We want land, the French want land, something's gotta give.
It's religion.
Trading rights, it's a fight for power.
Wait, maybe we're all right, but I know why we're really fighting.
Why?
It's because we're British and they're so, how do you say it? French.
Yeah, that's it.
They wear hardly anything on our fine beaches. They eat things like goose, liver, snails, and quiches. They jump in our kitchens and think they are the bosses. They smear all our meat with all kinds of rich sauces. The French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. The French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. There's just one thing we can do. We must fight and say adieu. You can bet your shackle the French have got to go. They don't understand what we're trying to say, hey? We order soft boiled and they bring us souffle. We tell them it's casual, they still wear ties. We serve them some chips and they ask for French fries. Oh, the French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. The French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. There's just one thing we can do. We must fight and fight beaucoup. You can bet your shackle the French have got to go. The French have got to go.
Things are getting exciting now. We're in Boston, 1773.
Hold it right there, Mr. Washington.
The history police again?
You're a troublemaker. I'm you, Mr. Washington.
Having a little fun with the French and Indian War.
Where are we? History's not all fun, Mr. Washington. No, sirree.
Nursery with the facts, the dates, the family tree.
You have to explain things to the audience. Tell them that after the French were defeated in the French and Indian War, the British and the colonies were left to struggle for control of the land.
Control of the land, Mr. Washington. We're not going to win again.
Things are getting exciting now. On a cold night in December, Boston, 1773, the colonists are not happy with the British rule.
Coke, it's your Cokes right here. Pepsi, Pepsi Cola, ice cold Pepsi right here. Wait a minute, I'll take one of those. Say, aren't you Samuel Adams? Yes, I am. And this is my cousin John Adams and his wife Abigail. She's one of little John Quincy Adams. So you're the Adams family.
Yes, we are.
And where's Uncle Fester?
Excuse me?
Since when did you upper class colonists like yourself start drinking soda and stop drinking tea?
Since the Parliament back in England put a tax on all imported tea, we're going to show the British that they can't get away with it.
Bang on the drums, blow on the trumpets, get out the cups, bring out some crumpets. Where is the tea we should be drinking? 300 chests, see them all sinking. One lump or two, How do you take your tea? Just one way will do at the bottom of the sea. Doobie-doo, doobie-doo-doo, doobie-doo, doobie-doo-doo. Tyranny's here with this taxation when we don't have representation. Pick up a bell, it's time to ring it. Pick up some tea, it's time to fling it. One lump or two, how do you take your tea? Just one way will do at the bottom of the sea. One lump or two, how do you take your tea? Just one way will do at the bottom of the sea. Doobie-doo, doobie-doo-doo, doobie-doo, doobie-doo-doo-doo.
Look, George, it's Honey Wadsworth Longfellow in Civil Legs. Looks like Longfellow is writing a poem.
This is a special moment, Martha. Longfellow is trying to write an epic poem about Sybil.
Hold it. I mean, that's it. Kaufman.
What I do now?
What did you do? Why you skip the whole beginning of the Revolutionary War?
We're right here in the middle of the colonists fight for freedom of the British rule. We kind of start in the middle.
Where's your narrow descent? The beginning, then the middle, then the end.
And now in 1777, there's little known Revolutionary War. Herein, Sybil Ludington and the great American poet Longfellow.
And it wasn't even 130 years later. Book of Dano.
But it's dramatic license.
Introduction, not license, sister.
But Longfellow's right there, talking to Sybil Ludington.
Listen, my children, and you shall learn a ton of the midnight ride of Sybil Ludington. I don't know, Sybil, it doesn't sound good.
But I deserve a little recognition, Hank. I did everything Paul Revere did.
I know, but your name just doesn't flow. Besides, Paul Revere went on the famous ride first.
But that was in Massachusetts. I rode to win the militia in New York. Think how much more dangerous that can be.
Okay, how about, listen, my children, and you shall know the one of the midnight ride of Sybil Ludington. No, that's even worse.
But shouldn't people know about me too?
Of course. But your name doesn't rhyme with anything. Think of Revere, there's so many possibilities. Year, clear, career, hemisphere.
But I was just a girl. That's something.
With
Isn't it?
near, volunteer.
I'll never be famous. 40 long miles on a horse in the dark isn't exactly a walk in the park. I stop at each house and I bang on the door. I tell them the British are coming once more.
Sybil Ludington, Sybil, we cheer. Sybil Ludington, glad you came here. Too bad your name doesn't rhyme like Revere. You'll miss the folk songs and textbooks we fear.
Years old and I ride through the night. Warn the militia, get ready to fight. The British are coming, I yell at each door. Sybil, they tell me we've heard it before.
Sybil Ludington, Sybil, we cheer. Sybil Ludington, glad you came here. Too bad your name doesn't rhyme like Revere. You'll miss the folk songs and textbooks we fear. Too bad your name doesn't rhyme like Revere. You'll miss the folk songs and textbooks we fear.
Sybil was just one of the 100 colonial heroes in the war. I like to think I, George Washington, father of the country, etc., had a small part to do in all of this, but the colonists are ready to fight for their freedom.
we're fighting for. We got tired of Mad King George's reign. We got common sense from Thomas Paine. It's our Revolutionary War. It's Washington kept the Valley Forge. It's a boat across the Delaware. It's a Nathan Hale gunfight there. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's why we want to throw out the crown. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thomas Jefferson wrote it all down. It's our Revolutionary War. When Benedict Arnold falsely swore. We have Betsy Ross and Lafayette. And the French blockade we won't forget. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's why we want to throw out the crown. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thomas Jefferson wrote it all down. It's our Revolutionary War. It's independence we're fighting for. We got tired of Mad King George's reign. We got common sense from Thomas Paine.
Well, it's all over. I've been elected the first president, and my first act is to arrest these history police for being a public nuisance.
I only regret that I have but one life to live for my country.
The president isn't going to execute us.
He isn't?
No.
I knew that.
With a solid constitution, this new country will get off to a flying start. Let's end our review of the 13 colonies with a chat with James Madison, the man behind the Constitution.
You know, I thought the Constitution was perfect, but I've got to admit, the Bill of Rights adds just the right touch. So come on, George, Martha, let's do it.
Do what?
Let's boogie with the Bill of Rights.
We got freedom of religion. We can choose how we pray. We got freedom of assembly. So